Alright folks, welcome back to PrepperNow. Today I want to talk to you about some end time scenarios that have been predicted for 2025. Stay tuned. Alright folks, thanks so much for being here. Hit the links in the description if you'd like to have more of the PrepperNow community. We love to have you here. Did a product review on the ITEHIL reverse osmosis portable system, and I have to tell you, it works. It's great. Also, crisis report. Check us out over there. That's the other channel. It's just a straight news report. But today I want to give you some straight news that I got off of a couple of things that I found on Telegram, and I go to different places, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, Telegram, and some other, just places that post things. And this one is from Politico magazine, and it has gone and talked to a bunch of futurologists and analysts, and they have detected black swans, as they're calling it, for 2025. These are some definite end-time scenarios. Now, I think some people get the idea that things are getting better, when in actuality, I think they're just getting set up for the grand show. And the grand show, of course, is a global conflict of the third style, if you will. First one, 1914 to 1917, 18, whatever. And the next one was 1939 to 1945. And this one is setting up for something in the late 2020s, if not sooner. And these are some of the scenarios that could play out before, but I think we all feel it. I've stated here many times that we are in a fifth gen, next gen, asymmetrical warfare kind of setting. And so these are some things that could happen and throw some things off. Some could be, seen as maybe potentially good, but many of them are not seen as good and could be really bad. First one is a deal with Iran aimed at stopping its development of nuclear weapons. There has been talk about this. This, of course, was something that the Obama administration was really invested in. Trump, I don't see that happening. I got to be honest with you. I don't think he wants to give them any room, and he feels that Israel has gotten them on the ropes, and he might just be going in for the kill shot. Second one, a new infectious virus of some sort, and I'd say checking the threat matrix out there of what's going on and what we have covered here, from the HMPV to the quademic to more like the avian flu, HPAI, whatever you want to call it. There is a lot of different problems with viruses going on out there right now, and there might even be what they're calling a disease X, which isn't on the radar currently or named even, and could be something like from 2020, where we had a new one in the world. Third one, stock market crisis. I'd say right now you'd be absolutely lying to yourself to think that the stock market is at any kind of normal levels, and that things are going in a functional way. If you've watched the markets and what the Federal Reserve, not very federal are they, has done to try to make it so inflation comes back down to earth with interest rates and stuff, it's not really working. And so things are disheveled, to say the least, and you could see some real problems in the stock market and a potential crisis right in time for Mr. Donald J. Trump to be taking over here in about 2 weeks. Combating climate change. There's all kinds of things that people are saying that could happen with different climate events. Sure, we all have our own thoughts and ideas about how intense this is, but looking at events like Hurricane Helene in 2024, you could see some events that really take us off guard. You could see all kinds of things. There was a major earthquake that has happened in Tibet that has killed multiple people. That happened today. So all kinds of things. And there's also space weather. There's been multiple X-class flares and other things that have happened. Those do affect a lot of the physics of the Earth as well. And so things like that could be things that would affect us in 2025. Unexpected geopolitical alliances and reshuffles. One instant that we have seen a whisper of this is the potential for Israel and Turkey to possibly go into conflict, which of course would set things at odds, being that Turkey is a NATO country and going against Israel would be a very interesting thing. But there are a lot of people saying because of the setup in Syria, this is being set up as a potential conflict between Turkey and Israel, and they are both very militarily adept as nation states. South Korea will get nuclear weapons. I'd say with the advent of North Korea pretty much being believed that they are either on the cusp or already do have these types of weapons, South Korea might potentially be into having them as well, or at least hosting them for America and Western forces. Also, there's a lot of political upheaval going on in South Korea right now between the left and the right, and they're already attempting to impeach the next president that took over for the other president that was impeached a few weeks ago. And there's a lot of elements that say there is a North Korean influenced leftist group that is coming in and trying to gain power and eradicating any kind of a challenge from a conservative party. A color revolution in Belarus is the next one. Lukashenko is not exactly loved. He is a friend of Putin. He is a strong man. He has been in control for many years. But with, a little outside influence and help, Belarus could definitely be going into the kind of color revolution that we have seen in places like Ukraine. And what would that what would that look like? Next one is the possible use of a nuclear weapon. Where, how, when, we don't know, but there's never been more of an environment for it than right now. And what's going on in Syria, what's going on in the SMO between Ukraine and Russia, and of course what's going on in the Middle East, all of these places could potentially see the use of a nuclear weapon. Now, this wouldn't be a full nuclear exchange. It could be something like a tactical nuke that is used on the battlefield, and all of that would be very concerning and troubling, to say the least. They also say that a breakthrough in quantum computing is potential, and there's been different things that have shown that quantum computing and this kind of, new next generation technology is on the cusp and about to break through. The British Army, for example, is trying to come up with a quantum clock, a little different but same, so they can advance their weapon systems and the way that they do things militarily. And could there possibly be a compromise between Trump and Xi Jinping over tariffs and restrictions and ending the economic wars between the two countries? They're saying that that is a possible for a development. We know that China doesn't like the tariffs. We know that Trump does like the tariffs, but we do know also that Americans like their cheap stuff from China. And so if both countries are good with each other, it could help economically for America and China. The big one here, 2025, largest cyber attack in history could occur and will disable a significant part of the world's infrastructure, this is what we call an end time scenario, and something you should consider because, well, Chinese hackers have the ability to shut down the U.S. ports and power grids. It's now come out, according to the Wall Street Journal. National Security Agency, or NSA, observed Beijing is starting to lay the cyber groundwork for a potential Taiwan invasion, and they're sending this message to us and our national security, and they are saying that we should get ready and prepared for it. Chinese hackers have gained ability to shut down dozens of U.S. ports, our grid potentially, infrastructure. This has all been announced and notified by Jake Sullivan. Different things like telecommunications, technologies, all kinds of things would be potentially taken out by the Chinese in what would be a major cyber attack and could threaten even the lives of people. But if our major infrastructure were taken out, well, it would be cataclysmic to say the least. They also mentioned something on this list about Idaho and Oregon joining and the makeup of the states somehow happening. We have that here in Western Maryland, as we don't really feel represented by Eastern Maryland around the D.C. area, and there's always been talk about joining West Virginia and possibly South Central Pennsylvania and even western portions of Virginia to create a larger, more freedom state, something of the Appalachians. So all of these are concerns, all of these are end time scenarios that are being bandied about and talked about by futurologists. Tell me what you think. What do you see as the big event that could possibly throw us onto our ear in 2025 and something that you're prepping for? These are all concerns about the world, and it definitely are end time scenarios that could have a lasting effect and change the world forever. Friends, if you like what we're doing here, please consider membership. It is $2 a month. You can join in the links in the description. Also, please consider joining us on Subscribestar and Locals, where we have information there. And also consider joining us on Gab and Minds and Twitter X and Truth Social, where we post from time to time, not as much. But there are affiliate links. I am linked to JASE, and you can get stuff through them, through me, through my links there. And also, you can get signed up for a 20% off the ITEHIL portable reverse osmosis filter that can literally be put straight into a brackish water pond or river and give you clean, drinkable water within moments. The thing is absolutely incredible. So, friends, check out everything. That link is in the description as well. And we appreciate you being here. Thanks for being a part of the PrepperNow community. God bless you all. Have a great day, and we will see you on the next one.